We are just about to begin.
Honorables membres du comité,
Honorable members of the committee, I see that we have quorum pursuant to Standing Order 1063A. As the clerk of the committee, I will preside over the election of the chair and the vice chairs.
the clerk of the committee can only receive motions for the election of the chair. The clerk cannot receive other types of motion, cannot entertain points of order, nor participate in debate. We can now proceed to the election of the chair. Pursuant to Standing Order 1062, the chair must be a member of the government party. I am ready to receive motions for the chair. Mr. Barlow.
I would nominate Michael Coteau as chair of the committee.
Il est proposé par M. Barlow que M.
It has been moved by Mr. Barlow that Michael Coteau be elected as chair of the committee.
N'en voyant aucune,
Any further motions? Seeing none, I will table this motion. Is it the pleasure of the committee to adopt the motion that Michael Coteau be elected chair of the committee? The motion is, I declare the motion carried and Michael Coteau duly elected chair of the committee.
Well, thank you very much. I really appreciate this opportunity to chair this very, very important committee. You know, just a couple of minutes of talking to people from all different walks of life and specifically somehow connected to agriculture. I just want to say thank you for, your commitment to this important sector, and I'll work as hard as I can to ensure that we can move along to do what we can do to advance the interest of agriculture in this country. Before we continue, I'd like to ask all in-person participants to consult the guidelines written on the cards on the table. These measures are in place to help prevent audio and feedback incidents and to protect the health and safety of all participants, including the interpreters. You will also notice a QR code on the cards which link to a short awareness video. If the committee is in agreement, I will invite the clerk now to proceed with the election of the vice chairs.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Pursuant to Standing Order 1062, the first vice chair must be a member of the official opposition. I am now prepared to receive motions for the first vice chair. Madame Châtel.
Thank you, Mr. Clerk. I would like to nominate John Barlow as first vice chair of this committee.
It has been moved by Madame Châtel that Monsieur Barlow be elected as first vice chair of the committee. Are there any further motions? Seeing none, I will now put the motion to the committee. It has been moved by Madame Châtel that Mr. Barlow be elected as first vice chair of the committee. Is it the pleasure of the committee to adopt the motion? I declare the motion carried and Mr. Barlow duly elected first vice chair of the committee. Conformément à l'article 106.
Pursuant to Standing Order 1062, the second co-chair must be a member from the opposition, but not from the official opposition. I can now receive motions for the second vice chair. Ms. Dandurand, I would like to nominate Mr. Yves Perron as the second vice chair of the committee. Ms. Dandurand, it has been moved by Ms. Dandurand that Yves Perron be elected as the second vice chair of the committee. Any further motions? I will now move the motion. It has been moved by Ms. Dandurand that Mr. Perron be elected as the chair of the committee. Is it the pleasure of the committee to adopt the motion? I declare the motion carried, and Mr. Yves Perron duly elected second vice chair of the committee.
Okay. So, so if the committee is in agreement, I will now invite members to present the routine motions. A draft version of these motions has been distributed by the clerk to all members in both official languages. If it's preferable that each motion be presented individually and adopted separately, does any member wish to present them?
J'aime.
Oh. MP Chatel?
Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Mr. Connors?
I'm going to suggest that we move this as a block and approve them all at one time.
Is there an agreement that we can move everything all at once? Agreed. Okay, it's moved, and everyone agrees? Okay, it's moved, I guess. Yes, and considering that we passed the piece that speaks to the, I guess we can invite the analyst here to join us now, since we actually have approved that, so please join us. Yeah.
The band's almost back together.
Welcome. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, so are there any additional issues that want to be brought forward for discussion? Mr. Parent?
Oui, merci beaucoup, monsieur.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. First of all, I'd like to say hello to everyone. I think this is going to be a really great team. I discussed briefly with each of the members, and we feel that we can follow our work with the tradition that we've had for a few years, which is in the interest of the farming for farmers and farming world. I really appreciate being nominated as second vice chair, even though there really wasn't any other choice. I'd like to propose two motions. I'm not going to table them today, but there are two motions I'd like to bring up in the future for study, and we have copies for everyone.
Et j'en ferai une lecture rapide, si vous me le permettez, Monsieur le Président.
I will read them quickly if you'll allow me.
Time. If you just wait 1 minute, we'll distribute them, and then we'll... Yeah. Pardon?
We can suspend the meeting while everyone has a copy.
Pass it along. There's enough copies, right? Yeah. We'll take 1 minute, 30 seconds, then we'll go. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Once the last piece is distributed. Okay, sir. Go ahead.
Merci beaucoup, Monsieur le Président.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I will read the first motion on the hog farming. Point 1, the reference prices used in the hog farming in Quebec and Canada are from the American market. This can create distortions along the supply chain. 2, there is no similar transparency mechanism in Quebec or Canada. 3, producers, processors, and retailers all deserve a fair share of the revenue. It is agreed that the members of the committee will convene stakeholders in the pork supply chain for 3 meetings to discuss how prices are set in the industry and to bring about greater transparency.
L'enjeu, c'est que...
The issue here is that things are not very transparent in this market. We don't know where the money is going along the supply chain. there's a phenomenon where there are less and less independent farmers, particularly in Quebec. We think it's worth studying this issue. So that's the first motion. Second motion is as follows. It's about a deficit in investments in the agri-food sector. So, whereas the agri-food sector is experiencing an investment deficit that is hindering its growth and our food resilience. 2, according to the OECD, between 2011 and 2023, Canada fell from 37th to 44th place out of 47 countries in terms of capital investment in the agri-food sector. 3, according to a report by Innovation, Science and Economic Development Canada, automation and digitization in the industry must be encouraged by the government in order for it to achieve its growth objectives. 4, to reduce our environmental footprint and food cost inflation, regional food processing with a focus on short supply chains should be considered. It is agreed that the committee members will convene stakeholders from the agri-food sector for maybe a printing mistake here. It says but it should be 3 meetings to study the issue and propose solutions to this situation. There you have it.
Cette motion est...
This motion is clear enough. I don't think I need to elaborate. Thank you very much, Mr. Chair.
Thank you very much. And so it's my understanding that this is just a notice of motion to take. Okay, we'll deal with it in the fall. But go ahead, Mr. Barlow.
Thanks, Chair, and thanks, Mr. Perron, for raising these. I think both would be worthwhile, but I would just suggest 2 things, Chair, if I may. Previously, we would each party would bring some suggestions to a subcommittee where we would together kind of decide our calendar for a certain number of weeks. I would suggest that seemed to work well. If Ms. Chattel is still open to do that, we would get together, maybe early fall as soon as we resume, have that subcommittee meeting, or maybe during the summer if we really want to get things going quickly in the fall. If all of us would have then some time as parties and members of Parliament to come up, present a couple of ideas from all of us that would be discussed at the subcommittee, where we could prioritize those and see which ones we want to do first. In regards to the ones that Mr. Perron, for example, with the pork one, the same thing could easily be said about beef. So I don't know why we would just be specific on pork. If we wanted to discuss that, I think we would have to broaden that. And Mr. Bonk knows that file extremely well. He would have some good suggestions on that. And on your other one with the OECD numbers, revenue for farming and agriculture, net revenue is down 25% last year, the worst drop since 1988. So there's more to this issue than just innovation and technology, and to see that lack of investment. So I would like to maybe take a look at that and maybe broadening that or finding some language to more not just on the productivity side and the investment side, but why is revenue dropping at catastrophic type rates, and what are some of the reasons for that maybe we can help address. So I think this is a good start, but again, Chair, I would suggest that as parties we would come forward with a few suggestions each and have a subcommittee. We can maybe try and organize a Zoom meeting in early September, and then be able to hit the ground running late September. That would be my suggestion, Chair.
Are compatible, so we'll move this until the fall, and then we'll do that exactly what you suggested. I think that's something we normally do. Sophie?
I absolutely second this suggestion of meeting at the subcommittee to decide on the priority. There's a lot we could achieve. I think this committee has a lot to offer. And I think now that's the time, as things are moving quite quickly, that we have a strong voice on for our farmers and producers. On those 2 motions, I think there's a lot that I like in those 2 motions. Myself, I would like to also make recommendations, but eventually I think in that subcommittee we could sort these out. But it's a very good basis. There's things I would like to even go further on some of the proposal, but I wanted to thank the member for the suggestion.
Okay. Well, it sounds like we're all on the same page. Is there anything else that anyone has to bring up for discussion? Okay. Motion to adjourn. Anyone? Yeah? Everyone agrees? Okay, motion's made. Everyone agrees? Okay. Have a great summer. Wow.